Another night of DJS Hockey here on YouTube. To be once again the week after. It's like it's really hard to hear. Right back to just club hockey here, just getting set up and adjusted. What'd you say it sounded like? You could hear the game. It was like yours was like kind of, it was like really low quality. I think I can fix. Well, experiences audio or something, I shut that off.
now taking back up into the zone. We're going to go for it now. They're going to have Cleveland over here now. We're going to try to go right along, but going to be taken up and the dump right in though. We're trying for it again here now. Lake Superior. Going to try to get it the other way. Liam Conley now with the dump. Going to go behind the net. For the starting goaltender for Lake Superior. Sean Peterbridge's going to get a little bit. Then goes right back out to center. Gate is going to get a hold of it, and that one goes right back out to Cleveland. Now moving the other way, going to need something wrong here for Lake Superior as they will look to dump that puck in. It's going to be number 2 of Robert Alinsky. They're going right back through. Conway now in the corner. He's got one defender on him, and number 27, Charlie Sullivan. Going right back along now, and here we have it. Take a belt and then just go right back in. Off from there, left to 5. Now waiting for it back again. And it's got around 3 on 3 in the corner. Going right back along. Going to be taken down low now by that number 13 of Ridenour. Going right back in. Now the pass going the other way to need something. On that far right side, they're going to chase it. Started this game out. We have 16:43 and counting left in the period. So now here you'll have it. Going to be rolling along now. Going to need something. Taking the other way, moving it along and waiting for it.
Why isn't live score open?
Because it kept saying the third period.
So you have to reset. I showed.
And I pressed end game and went to reset every time, and it still says it.
You started in the whole thing.
Maybe it's a little.
So start there. Go to controls. Use the reset game down here. Then you go to start game. There you go. Talk.
Now back the other way, going to be taking it for Lake Superior in the back corner now, going to be waiting for any opportunity that they can have and any chance that they can get currently. They need to get right back ahead of it. Bowling Green putting up a great contest so far. 2:30 to go here in our period. Still 0-0. Updike with an opportunity. Tried it in and through. Close there, but not quite. Starting this game out at that left wing. We saw quite a bit of him, but now we take the puck back the other way and going along. The pass originally from Brown going in the far corner. There it goes from Corwin, but then the high clear and getting it right back in. Rudo an opportunity, narrowly avoids the offsides. The toe drag in, and a save and a rebound, though, going back for it. As Higgins was in the zone as well, and so is Hoover. A bit of a new line there that we see as we now have 1:56 and counting left in the period, so now back for it again. Rudo to get the pass out. Conway, his intended target, tried for it, but not quite. So now we go back for it again. And we're all set here. 1:44 in the period, taking it back. Conway has the puck behind two Lakers there. Kavanaugh one, and then the other being Sullivan as now we go the other way. Hoover an opportunity, looks for the shot, gets through and is stopped. 6-on-6 action as Avery Tim will get in there and will be the man who closes him out as we have some extracurriculars behind the play. And I think we're all set here, so thank you for bearing with us in terms of the technical difficulties, getting everything fixed and the new score bug, but beyond that, just kind of waiting things through here. And we take it through again. So Hoover to take the draw, Higgins to get the shot on it, and then not quite, as he was trying to pull that one through, but was not quite able to get a hold of that one. So now here we go, 1:20 and counting left in the period. We wait for a little bit more. D-to-D pass behind and then waiting for a little bit. 1:13 and counting and set, so now here they have it. Lake Superior now going up to the far side. Vega, who started this game, the assistant captain, going to try for it behind to Kavanaugh, and that one high up. Narrowly avoids the net, though. Conway to get it back to Hoover, though, and now here they'll take it. Hoover tries cross ice. Rudo is target. Kavanaugh got in the way of that, but now here we go the other way. Stock to have the puck. Gets that one right back to Sullivan. Goes right back, and now Conway to chase, as Sullivan was there to dump that, and now we take it. 43 seconds and counting left. So now here we go. A little bit more action up ahead and going to be trying for it along here. 36, now 35 as we roll along. Going in, and that will go. Kleinow with the goal. Jack Kleinow out of Allen Park gets the goal, makes it a 1-0 game for Bowling Green. 32 seconds, and no more it goes. Kleinow gives Bowling Green the lead that they needed. You don't see it too often, but boy, oh boy, when you see it, you love when it happens, folks. So now let's get this one rolling right back and along again. Going into the corner now will be Corwin, who has to chase it out. Bit of a breakout. Going right up across now in front. Going to be chasing after it is Langford, as there is an offside. Andrew Langford had the puck there, tried for it, not quite able to follow through, but Langford there with an opportunity, not quite got able to go through, but nonetheless, we take it back and we try again. So now back at it and going right back. And takes it into the corner, now needing something. Corwin now has possession of it and going to be trying for it. Then takes it back through. In the corner, chasing for it. Kleinow and Scholze down there. 6 seconds remain in the period as we take after it, and then trying through. It looks like Kiesel got a hold of it, and then Kleinow gets it out of the zone. And that will be the end of the period, folks. So we will take ourselves a bit of a break here. We're going to be right back for a bit of an intermission report in a little bit. This is BGSU Club Hockey here on YouTube. And welcome back, everybody, to the first intermission report here for BGSU Club Hockey. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I'm Dan Ridenour. We've got around 8:43 to go in the intermission, waiting along here, but crazy thing to process. Jack Kleinow gets a goal and gets things kicked off. I mean, Kleinow, how about that? Everybody knew that was going to be the first thing you had to talk about. One of the 8 shots for Bowling Green, it finds the back of the net, and a good thing for Kleinow, too, just battling right with it and staying there. The kid out of Allen Park, he doesn't have the height, but he has the heart, and I mean, you saw it too as well against Louisville when he was able to net a few, and I mean, just a hot start for him for the past couple weeks and so, but you really needed to get that. You needed to get on the board first. You needed to have that momentum, and that's really what kind of my point is. And I mean, you started out with Lake Superior, kind of had the momentum. It was going for both teams. You know, Lake State, they have been controlling the shots so far in this game. They got 12 to Bowling Green's 8, but I mean, considering Kleinow was able to get a goal there and get it going, his 1 for the year, you got to just enjoy that. You really do, to be able to have that second one, and that'll be his 9th career goal with the Falcons so far this season. So really just good for him. Gets Bowling Green on the board, just seeing how that play developed as well. And I mean, when you get the behind the scenes and you look in practice, you see how those plays are able to develop and get it going. So that's really just a part of it. And then 7:20 now we'll have until we get right back into this game time. But really, we started out with that. Kleinow gets a goal, no penalties. So those are some key factors as well. Normally Bowling Green's a little less disciplined than we're seeing in this first period. They're normally getting a couple. Normally Hoover's getting one, or we may see, you know, a forward. Conway might get one here or there, but overall it's really just part of it. And I mean, Updike, he started the game, could have gotten one, but that's a big thing to be considering, is being disciplined. And Bowling Green definitely stretching the play out and being disciplined. 2 things we're seeing so far tonight, and really looking forward to seeing where else this game will turn out. We'll get right back to it in a little bit. This is BGSU Club Hockey here on YouTube. And welcome back, everybody, to BGSU Club Hockey here on YouTube. Thanks for sticking with us during the break. A minute 25 to go until we begin our second period of play. Thank you for everybody. I'm Dan Ridenour, joining you as we get a look along. Let's take a look currently at some games going on around the T. The University of Michigan interstate rivalry here, taking on the Michigan State Spartans. Looking at them right now, Michigan currently ranked 4th in league standings as of now, where they have 15 total points. They got a couple wins over Michigan earlier this season, if you do remember. Another game going on right now, Denison going to be taking on Indiana Tech. 2 teams below the orange and brown after Bowling Green's able to get 2 wins over the Louisville Cardinals. Indiana currently in 7th, Denison in 8th. Both teams have yet to get a point so far this year. They are 1 of 3, with Louisville being the 3rd. Another game that happened on earlier, Adrian taking on Ohio for some action with that. Ohio running the T right now. They got 22 total points in the league and are undefeated, where they have 7 wins so far. Good for them indeed. Another thing rolling along as we're seeing right now, Miami of Ohio going to be taking on the Liberty Flames. That's going on as well. Miami currently has 21 points, 1 below Ohio. They are 7-0-2 in league standings. 2 of those wins coming against the orange and brown. And now another one we have is the Ohio State Buckeyes taking on the University of Alabama. A game normally you see on the gridiron, but right now you are seeing in Division II club hockey. Ohio State ranked 3rd in the league with 19 total points so far, so good for them. So those are all the games that are happening as of now, and that is our updated league standings. So again, the Ohio Bobcats lead everything in first place. Miami Redhawks have 2nd, Ohio State has 3rd, Michigan 4th, Bowling Green 5th, Dayton 6th, Indiana 7th, Denison is 8th, and Louisville is 9th. As we get right back here to go for second period of action here at the Slater Family Ice Arena for a beautiful Friday night. So let's get the energy rolling, and it goes back again as Seth Gobble's there to take the draw for the orange and brown, going against Kavanaugh, and now takes it back and through. Going on the far side, Kavanaugh currently this year going to need that. Has played in 6 games, has notched 3 assists, looking for his first goal. We take it now into the corner. Going back for it again, but then goes far on the other direction. Going to need something to roll along here, and then we get our first whistle with 19:37 to play, and now taking it right back. And it goes from here. We talked about a lot earlier as well, just in terms of what's going on, as we looks like we have an injury here going on the far side to get it going. And we're going to have to just wait it out here. Well, we're going to get it going along here. And Ryan Budai is going back to the locker room. Unfortunate to see, just waiting that one through, but going right back, and we do have a opportunity, 19:37 as we proceed. So now going to be taken on the far corner. Hoover to take the draw. As we get it going, Rudo on his left, Higgins on the right, and now we take it going the other direction. Corwin the defense to have it behind the net. Just waiting this one out through. Going to have a couple options going on the far side to the left, and now we take it back the other way. Waiting for it along here. A big breakout pass. Ted Scholze going to be trying it. That goes in to Norkovicius. Looks like the shot attempt there was from the number 7 of Luke Vega, the freshman out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, trying for it there. And not quite a good rush for him coming out of St. Ignatius Prep. Played 29 games there. But now we get it going. The draw to be taken by Kavanaugh again. And the shot blocked by Hoover. Is that one going right across the attempt made by Poliski. Now trying for it again is Rudo. Leaves 2 forwards back. They'll have to go back. So now here it goes. Bentley and Scholze going to be the new line in here today. And taking it through. That to be a high one. Hoover there to be the block as now we get it going along. Taken right back to the zone by Kavanaugh. And so now there have it. Bentley playing some defense there. Trying to go along now in that corner against Straczynski. But now they'll find it through. Going right across, going to be dumped right back in, though, by Robert Poliski onto Norkovicius, as now this one takes it through and back again. So past Scholze, going to be trying for it, and then that to go through. Higgins there to get it out of the zone, and Hoover going to be the lone man back, going to be battling now against Seth Stock for the puck, and then just going a long pass over. And will that one clear, and they will call an icing on that. So now here you go, 18-20. Will remain here as this one gets it along. So back Bowling Green to win the draw, but Lake Superior to get a hold of it. Now a rush going the other way. Gaeta, the only defenseman, back in the shot attempt and a goal for Lake Superior, as Nate Corwin will get a notch of that and make this one a 1-1 contest here. And there you have it. So Corwin to get a piece of that just on the defense and on the rush. And really needed that. Just will now make it a 1-all game as we proceed along here with 18:05 left and going. But now Lake State will get a notch on that, and we take it right back. 18 now to go. Behind the net, McLaughlin going to be fighting for it as well, and so will be Kiesel, but now Lake Superior will get a piece of it. Avery Tim to have that puck. They're going to be chasing back for it as well. So now the momentum going in favor of the Lakers, and now they're going to try to get another one out. Moving the puck now, moving will be Langford, then gets that back past Langford, and a shot on Norkovicius. The attempt was made and not quite able to follow through by the numbers going along. That looks like that was the number 9 of Blaine Dorian, the junior from Manitoba, Canada. Going now, we get it set, now trying for something. Conway to get that one through. JT Webb a bit in the way, but Conway to get it back again. Looks like they're going to rule an offside call there. On who it was, not quite sure. Just Granica and Bentley now going to go out for the defense. Carter Gaeta to go back, and so will Liam Conway, as now we have the line of Nolan Patton, JT Webb, and Ryan Filer Johnson to be the 5 Falcons. And now we will have the number 84, Jordan Troxel, going to be taking the draw. Has 60 penalty minutes this season, as this one goes back along, and we'll just get a hold of it there. 7:19 is what is ruled. So we'll get that reset. A 1-all game currently. The goal to be scored from Ronan McLaughlin to Jack Kleinow, as the previous goal for Lake Superior just taken to the back of the net and had it going from none other than the number 24 of Nate Corwin. So this one gets back and through. I'm going to be going on our far side trying for it. Looks like Troxel's there with some support, but then it ends up getting in by Donnelly. So now trying for something a little bit more as well. Goes up to the zone. And then the shot going to be tried in front, and that's going to be ruled a good goal. Looks like it went off a skate. Not quite sure whose, though. And looks like we'll have a first career goal here. And so get the man his flowers. He goes through it. That goes back to the bench. And now you'll have it, the number 17 of Adam Straczynski, the freshman, has played 5 games so far this season for Lake Superior, notches his first career goal. And a one he'll need indeed. Gives Lake Superior the 2-1 lead. And gets us back here. Now in the corner again. Updike looking for an opportunity, gets that one up to McMullen. Loses it, and then back into Updike, and that one passed through. Gobble so close with an opportunity, and we'll try it back through again. So now waiting for something along here. 16:28 to go. Stick lost, goes up and high, and the shot, and oh, just outright. But Norkovicius to come back to the bench, so a delayed penalty. We'll see our first of the game, a power play coming up for the Orange and Brown. So going to determine what actually it is first, and going to be deciding from there. So this one going up to where it is needed and looking right back at it. Going to be Seth Stock for his 6th penalty minute of the season. and going to give the Falcons an advantage here down low in the zone. And going to need to get it going. That line with Gobble, Higgins out there with McMullen, and then they're going to put Rudo on defense with Granica to see if it can pan out. Puck drop gets it back to Granica, looking for something along here. McMullen to Granica again, going to go to the cross ice to Rudo, back to Granica again. The shot on net just wide to the left, but goes back to the captain, number 10, Mark Rudo. Waiting for something there, past the stick of Gobble, goes back to Higgins, who now has his possession. Trying to get it to McMullen, keeps it in the zone though, and still is able to hold on to it. So now we go back the other way, and going to be trying for it, going along. And the wait will go now. Granica has an opportunity here. 15:50 remains in the second period as we get this one going along. And so now going to be trying for it. Higgins there to dump. Going on the far side now to McMullen. Loses possession of it though, goes back to Vega. Now on the far side, going to be trying for it. So now waiting back along. Norkovicius goes out, back to Rudo now with 1:07 left in the penalty. So now going, he looks to go cross ice. Rudo has an opportunity here, going to be trying, goes right past though, that number 15 of Langford, and then gets it into the zone. Rudo the shot though, not quite able to pull it through, and as we get this one back, going to be trying for it. Granica now back to Rudo, loses a piece of it, and not quite. So now Granica with the shot, tries to get it on net. That one through, Gobble close with an opportunity, but not quite able to hold on. Granica now to chase, as that one will go across. McMullen now has an opportunity. Still play rolling along, 32 seconds remain in that stock penalty. Goes just right across from Granica, gonna go cross ice to Kiesel, then gets it back through. Back to Kiesel again, gonna be trying for it as Kleinow now on the ice with Ted Scholze. The shot though, to be attempted by Updike and not quite. Gonna make it through. In his 66th game he's played with the Orange and Brown so far this season. Updike tried for it, not quite able to pull it through. As we get set here, 14:40 is what we have as this one goes back to Hoover. Going to try a wraparound. No, he won't. He'll go high to Updike at the defense. Uppy takes it back now to Hoover. Looking for somewhere to go. Now Updike has a piece of it. Going right back to Hoover again. Then Updike going to need a clearance of it. Puck intercepted, and now a bit of a breakaway. 2-on-0. Updike with the back check. The shot, though, high and up, and then an opportunity and the goal. The original shot by the number 10 at Derek Brown, and then the goal takes it in from Seth Stock off the penalty. So Stock will be marked with the goal and gets a piece of it and then gets it in for a second goal of the season. And will make it a 3-1 game. Just a costly error for the Orange and Brown. And we get right back along for it here and going to need something to go. 14-10 and counting. So now Bowling Green down 2, going to need to get a hold of it as Patton gets that one up to JT Webb. The intended target, Tanner Amos, but not quite. Patton now chasing after the puck, and so is Conway. He'll lay the hit. And so now we take this one right back. And here we go. Amos now with an opportunity, going to be trying for it. Gets it out in front, but not quite. And so then Conway going to be the lone chaser after it. Intercepted by the Lakers, but not quite. And so now down below will be Luke Vega, who had possession of it, and then gets that one right back. Corwin to have the puck and to try to get that one back in. Amos there on pressure. Looking for somewhere else to go, but not sure where he can take it. And so this one will take it back along. And we'll get a piece of it. Coming out of the net will be Patricic. As we go into the neutral zone, waiting for it here. Bentley has it right on, but then Gobble's going to be the one to get the dump in. Chasing right after it. The chase after, and then needing something here as Gobble's chasing after Kavanaugh, but now takes it in. Granica with the shot, and that one to get on through for a stop of play here. In just 2 seconds now, going to be waiting and getting back for it. And just needed something to go there. Gobble looks like he'll be the one to take the draw. As for the Lakers, now we'll have it. Andrew Langford going to be going against Seth Gobble. a grad versus a freshman, but now they'll take it back again. Granica going to get that one back in, and then trying for it. Corwin going to be one to follow as well, and then getting it through. Trying to find somewhere to go is now Rupp. Then taking it back again will be Corwin. Looks like he'll lose possession of it, though, and then goes right back to Aiden Granica. But then the pass right in, and the shot attempted, but not quite by Andrew Langford. So now behind the net, Gaeta just going to knock it over on the other side. Hunter Rupp now has the puck, trying to find somewhere he can go. And then Granica takes it back into Ropp's feet. He'll try for it. And then not quite, so now Gaeta will have possession of it, waiting to see where else he can go. And we'll get a clear, and this might be an icing, folks, and it will be. So a turn of events here that we see. Bowling Green gets the first goal of the game but ends up losing it, and now here you'll have it. In the second period, down to 12:15 to go. Plenty of time for a play to develop as Granica will get that one across on the far side waiting for it. Down low. Chasing after it, the attempt in front, and the target tried for Poliski, but not quite, as he'll have to chase that one in. And gonna need something here. Poliski now with an opportunity, gets that one across and back through. Now onto the stick, it will go to Williamson, and then in front, Rudo with an opportunity, and just misses wide to the left. So now trying for it back again, gets it across to Hoover, then back to Higgins. With room, Higgins to Hoover behind the net, waiting to see where he can go, tries to wrap it around, but will not quite get it. As Liam Conway will able to keep it into the zone, back to Mark Rudo again. Conway keeps it rolling though in the zone, back to Hoover, just getting a battle there against Poliski, but then not quite. So now here they'll go and taking it through again, as now Conway will have it and trying again. So behind it, 11:13 and counting to go. Waiting for something here, and then Donnelly had a piece of it, but was able to hold on. So Higgins is going to be forced to take that one back in, and then Rudo to follow. Into the feet though, and then the shot by Scholze is blocked. He'll try to go again behind the net and then takes it over to Hoover. Trying for something along here, and then in the corner is Anthony Higgins chasing after it for the Falcons. What looks like a breakout bunched up, and an opportunity here to arise. Donnelly now with a chance, as his shot will fall just a bit short, and we'll have a whistle here, folks. We'll determine something. And so the wait, and we will have the second penalty of the day. As Stock got the first for the Lakers. It looks like we'll get another one going here. And there you have it. So the second power play for the Falcons going to start off as Jacob Donnelly will take a 2-minute there for Lake Superior. The lone goal scorer for the Orange and Brown, and Kleinau to take the draws. He'll take that one back, and the puck will just go along, and we will proceed accordingly. So now taking it right back and through, and it goes. So Scholze with possession of the puck now, going to be chasing after it and waiting. Gets it across and through to Updike. Uppy to able to keep it in the zone, waiting for it along here. Behind the net will be Stock for Lake Superior. Going to be trying to chase after it as well. So now waiting a little bit more, a bit of a scruffle for it, but Lake Superior looks like they will not be able to hold on. So now it goes back to Kiesel, looking for somewhere to Scholze. As that one will go right behind the net, and Updike going to move from the wing position to go behind. Takes it now to Kiesel through his feet, and now to center ice, as Gobble will take it right back. Now going along, Scholze with an opportunity, just trying to take it in, and the shot deflected. Tried to get it on net. Seth Stock will stand in the way of that to get a block shot on him. And so now we wait back through a little bit and going to take it here with 9:43 to go in the period. So 9:43 takes it back to Rudo again, waiting for something along here. And then goes to Granica. Mark Rudo now with the puck. Pass intercepted, though, by the Lakers. Taking it across and through. The dump in and the interception going to be from the number 10 at Derek Brown, as now it'll take it through. So behind the net is Rudo chasing for it. Now Granica to have an opportunity. A bit of open ice, only 4 for the blue out there, and that might be an icing. McMullen going to try to chase after it, and they will rule an icing. They're going to stop along there, as that was an opportunity on the pass, just barely close and a bit outside on him, and pulls it through. And so now here you are, 9:14 remains in our second period. We're going to be trying after it here as the draw to be taken by Lake Superior, and Andrew Langford gets it back and through. So now waiting for him along here, and Hoover on the break, and so is McMullen going to chase it after. As Rudo and Granica on the defense, as Granica gets it in, a goal! Bowling Green! The power play goal for the Falcons. Anthony Higgins gets that one through. And what a way to get it rolling from St. Mary's to Bowling Green, Ohio. He'll have it. His second goal of the season, folks. Anthony Higgins will now make it a 3-2 game. We're only one here at the Slater Family Ice Arena. And so now going to be won by Lake Superior on the draw, chasing right after it. They're going to be taking it here. 8:52 and counting left in the period so far. They're going to be trying for it. Intercepted by Higgins, has a bit of a break. Rudo on his left just dumps that one in and then chasing after it. Him and Mark Rudo to have the puck. Looking for somewhere else they can go and not quite sure where. As Rudo now has it, takes it back and through, loses possession of it, now taken the other way by Lake Superior. A bit of a break here, the shot right on Norcom Vicious, and another. The attempt made by Luke Vega, as there was a couple in there. Looked like it was Dorian and Vega going in for it. As well as 8:28 remaining, and going to get that going, but from the beyond standpoint here, we'll take it back and wait. 1-goal game, won by Lake Superior. There goes the draw. But now a bit of a break. Going to be Patton and Amos. The shot from Nolan Patton and a glove save made by the goaltender, number 29, Sean Petrovich. Currently this season, he has in the 7 games he has played, he has a 4.58 goals against average and a .960 save percentage. He has allowed 2 goals, after Higgins makes it within 2. Had 8 shots in the first period, but now takes it back again. And so now trying for it along here, going to be waiting it through, and the pass just barely intercepted, and then won eventually by Filer Johnson. As now here you'll have it. It gets back to Amos. Puck able to stay in front, and now we'll try for it a little bit longer. And so where is it, and is it needed? Filer Johnson getting a piece of it, and so is Amos. But 2 Lakers right on him, and that's the number 15 of Langford and the number 10 of Brown, but now taking it back and through, and the cross-ice pass to go, and they will rule offside against Derek Brown. Looks like he got his feet in before the puck was able to find it. And so now here we'll go, only 5 seconds behind, but trying for it. A 1-goal game after the Higgins going, and that was a game changer for Bowling Green. You know, while he didn't start, he still was able to make a big impact. And when we talk about starters, Seth Gobble, McMullen, and then Updike were the forwards who began this game for the Orange and Brown. As Liam Conway gets that one into Gobble, trying for it a bit again, and then taking it into the corner, going to force Gator to retreat and take it in the neutral zone. So now looking for an opportunity ahead, gets it to Updike, and then tries to get it through to Conway. Now rolling on the far zone, Conway to stay, and so is Gobble, but now he'll chase right after in and going to need something here. So waiting for it along, Updike and Gobble fighting for it, a bit of a 2-on-1, won by Seth, as he'll chase after it. And so McMullen, the pass in front, Updike not there, and not quite. Just followed it through, and that's going to be a blatant hit. And one that's called in the extracurriculars to begin. And so there was a bit of a late hit there on Updike. Yeah, looking back again on our replay, as you take a look at it, didn't even have possession, and that will be the 3rd penalty against the Lakers today. As you just have to wait through in terms of what just happened. And I mean, you kind of have to process it as well, or just take a step back and think about it, because just a big hit and attempted, but not going to be the place or time for it. And now here you go. And just going to determine it. And there you go. His 62nd, folks, penalty minute of the season for the number 84, Jordan Troxel. And we will proceed along here. You know, we thought about it a bit, but now Higgins to take the draw. Bowling Green loses it, but now has possession of it. Back to Higgins again. Naruto, the shot, a bit of a screen. Seth Gobble there. Going to try to avoid the extracurriculars a bit here, but now 6:56 remaining in the second period. As we saw it, you know, Lake Superior, looking at them, quite the penalty team. And they have shown so. 3 penalties so far tonight. As that one will be chased after and then taken in will be Granica and Rudo still on the defense. As Aiden's able to get that one across to McMullen, and they get it through to Higgins. Anthony now has an opportunity, taking it on the left side. Has some opposition though from the number 15 of Langford, and then gets it right back and through. Granica going to be chasing after and waiting for something. So now going back along. Bowling Green in their own territory, going to be chasing this one out and then taking it through. Higgins now gets it right back through. The opportunity ahead, the pass in front. Puck deflected, but not quite, as Bowling Green regains their possession. As that one gets past Higgins, out to Granica at center. 1:04 remaining in the penalty so far, and then that one going to get knocked, but going in through, as now it'll be chased right after by the number 24, Nate Corwin, and then gets it out and through to Granica. Granica now to McMullen. Bit of a move, as now he'll take a piece of it and then takes it back along and trying for it again. So now right in front, loses possession, regained by Kavanaugh. And then taking it through, going to try to ride the line a bit as McMullen. Going to gook and gets the shot and a goal! Austin McMullen for Bowling Green will tie it up. 2 unanswered, 2 power play goals. And a great way to get the crowd going. And a big goal needed for the Orange and Brown to tie it up, as McMullen just was able to take advantage of Petrovic on the screen, and sure gets a bit of a wake-up call for the Falcons with 5:39 remaining in the period. We get this one back and set, taken to the Lake Superior defense, and then Derek Brown to have a piece of it and then trying through. And then Ted Scholze behind the net, going to be chasing after it and waiting. Brown tries to get it up to the fence, a bit of a rush here for Kiesel. He'll have it on the right side now and waiting, and gets it through. McLaughlin, a potential target, going to be chasing him after, as no one's in front, picked up by the Lakers, as that one gets past Owen Bentley. And then trying for it, and then just Norkovicius to get that one in his glove. So 5:09 remaining in the period so far, in a crazy way to get back into it. 2 unanswered for the Orange and Brown after the 2 unanswered from Lake Superior. That one going right back in the shot for the defense, and a save made by Norkovicius as Seth Stock with the shot attempt there to try for it. And another one notched by the blue and gold of Lake Superior. Then trying for it, puck attempted to be made by Dorian, but then cross, and that might be an interference against Kiesel, but then he takes it through with McLaughlin. Then chasing right forward to Seth Stock, who's able to get the pass in front, and then chasing it back through. So now there you'll have it, waiting it along. 4:47 and counting left in the period. Lake Superior moving it along wide to the right as the shot will go. 4:40 now, and then takes it back as the shot is attempted and then passed. Originally started from Seth Stock, and now here you'll have it. 4:34 and counting left, and now taking a piece of it and then trying through again. Owen Bentley now with an opportunity. 4:20 and counting left. Trying for it is now Kiesel is a man to follow. And now taking it through in the neutral zone. Trying for it again. Filer Johnson with an opportunity. and then takes it across to Amos. A shot from behind, as now his former teammate and current as well, JT Webb, to chase in the corner. Back for Tanner Amos again. And taking this one through. 4 minutes will be dropped, as now Filer Johnson will have possession of it. And then back to Gata. Looking to see where he can go, as now Carter Gata will get that one across and waiting. Amos the intended target, and then trying it through. A bit of pressure to get that one in on the number 6 of Avery Tim. And we'll take it through, and we'll have an icing here. Now rolling back along, going to try it as Conway loses possession of it. Able to recover, and then Gata there as well. For the backup goes to Liam Conway on his stick. Some pressure though being on the deep corner from Kavanaugh, but takes it out and then trying for it is Updike. Waiting back and through, going again. As that one will get it through. 3:16 and counting left. As we try along here, 3:09 and counting. And then moving along, but Lake Superior has an opportunity ahead. Originally from Kavanaugh, tried to get it through though. As then Conway gets that one through and then back again. As that one is just sent way out of here by Gobble. So now we have everything in order, getting it back along. Getting set now here for the draw. Looks like Gobble's going to be taking it and going against Kavanaugh. That one's taken behind the net by the orange and brown, trying for it here. And we'll wait through, so now Conway has it on his stick. Looking for somewhere to go, and then gets that through to Lake Superior, as they will just get a dump right back in, as now Liam Conway has it. Trying to get that one out. Picked up and going the other way now, as there's an opportunity ahead by Sullivan, and then through and a goal for Lake Superior. And so a 4-3 game now for the Lakers, is that one going to be scored by the number 27 of Charlie Sullivan for his 3rd goal of the season for the junior. Gets right on the board now, 2:31 and counting. Here looks like we're behind a couple seconds, but nonetheless, we'll take this one away here and get it going, as Troxel takes the draw for Lake Superior. And Higgins will take it for your Falcons. So now going on the far end, going to be waiting for it along here and going to be needing something. So now behind the net, Higgins fighting for it, and so is Hoover. Trying to chase after it as well again. Now going the other way and needing something. A bit of a break, goes far side to Troxel, as Bentley's there, going to be chasing after him as well. And Granica gets that one out to Hoover. And going to be chasing for it. Gets it right to Rudo, a bit of a break. He got Higgins with him in front, and that one might get through and clear it. And not quite, as Hoover might get into a bit of a scruffle here, and still discussing current events as to what is going on, as we'll have a bit of a discussion as well from the referee. So now back again is Higgins to take the draw for the Orange and Brown. Seen quite a bit of him so far, and now we'll get it going again for Lake Superior. Now in the neutral zone, taking it along will be Seth Stock. Gets it across now, looking for Brown. Then taking it back again will be to Stock, and then trying it through. And in front, the shot is attempted. A bit of a leeway there, trying for it is Langford. And then he'll get another one on. Norkovicius goes out to the far side, as Scholze now to Granica. Minute 27 remaining so far here in this period. Going to be trying for it and then chasing after it. Rudo and Hoover with an opportunity ahead. Puck lost by Rudo. Seth Stock with the steal, and then takes it for Hoover. Gets it to Gata in front, and then back to Rudo with an opportunity. Still holding on to it with possession There's roughly a minute remaining in the period. Gaeta gets that one across to Hoover. They're going to be chasing after it as well. So trying for it a little bit more and along. We'll go as the whistle will stop, and we'll just let this clock roll down and get there. 58.7 seconds remain here in the period. And looks like we'll have our first orange and brown penalty of the day, going to be Mark Rudo. And they're going to get him on a hooking. So Mark will get a penalty there, and an unfortunate one to take for the captain, but going to try to get something back here and take advantage of it. And so now to restart, going to need it as Lake Superior gets that one across and through. 50 seconds and counting remain. Stock to Langford, tries in front, and an opportunity just missed as it's picked up again by Derek Brown. And so now Stock with the puck, looking for somewhere where he can have an opportunity to step up by Scholes. He passes in front, but not quite able to go. So now Seth Stock will get a piece of it again and tries for it. And then banked out high to Derek Brown. He'll now have the puck, trying for it with 28 seconds left, and gets it back along. So now Brown goes for it and trying again to Vega, and then the shot in front and looking, and looks like Norca Vicious has taken it back from that one. And we'll have a goal for Christopher Cavanaugh. It'll be his 7th goal of the season. Looked like Norca Vicious a bit out of position. I'm not even sure if he was able to make a play on it or not, but looks like that will not be relevant. 19 seconds to go here. So the third power play goal of the game will go against the Orange and Brown, 5-3. Kleinow now to take the draw, going back for it again. So Kleinow and Cavanaugh, the two fighting for it at the front, and then taking it back away. And so now going to take it through. 8 seconds and 7 seconds now as we get this one through, trying for it, and in front, an opportunity. The shot, quick, gets through a pad, just try to stall it, and another one. And that will conclude the period. A 5-3 game as Lake Superior will hold the lead, and that will be all. We're going to be right back in just a little bit for a bit of an intermission analysis. Don't go anywhere. This is BGSU Club Hockey here on YouTube. And welcome everybody to the intermission report here. I'm Dan Ridenour joining you as we take it along now. Quite a turn of events in a crazy second period, so let's dive deep into what happened overall. So looking first on the shots on goal, Lake Superior will get 14 that period. The BGSU Falcons will get 10, so that's where you begin with things. And then as for goals that we were able to see, Jack Kleinow got one in the first period. Bowling Green's able to come right back and get a couple themselves, getting one from Anthony Higgins and gets it through. And then another one as well, just right off the draw and right out of the gate, and needed it there from Updike. So now another one there for the Bowling Green Falcons. And then as for Lake Superior, they will get two of their own from none other than Seth Stock. He'll get one, and then so will Derek Brown, who was the other, I believe, Laker to get one. As we have a 5-3 game now in the period, looking for what is up ahead and going to get this fixed and rolling along for the shots updated from the previous period. So now just look at what happened that period and what you need to kind of adjust. Part of it was, I suppose you could say, losing the energy in some aspects, but overall it wasn't even that. Lake Superior was able to get out of it for their first game of the season on the road. And Bowling Green kind of struggled in some aspects, but overall it really wasn't anybody or just any overall thing that kind of draw them behind. It was just a mix of things. It was kind of this and that, and really just the breakouts. Lake Superior able to really capitalize on the breakout as they got it to begin. So that was one of the notable things that we witnessed, was the breakout too for Lake Superior, working out a lot better and then just taking advantage of chances. You know, you started out with it, Seth Stock. He goes to the box and he's able to get right out of the gate and get a goal on it. So we saw that. We also saw Bowling Green get chances of their own with McLaughlin getting in there and trying for it, and then so is McMullen, and really just going for it. And then like the tipped goal from Higgins. So really those are two events that you just think of out of nowhere that just you were able to witness and see it fall through and find a piece of it and got it going along. So far that's currently our recap right now, as there is a 5:30 to go until the second period. Lake Superior State holds the lead 5-3. Let's look at this one going along. Bowling Green came down from 2 goals from 3-1 to make it 3-3. Lightning will have to strike twice here at the Slater Family Ice Arena, so don't go anywhere on a Friday night. This is BGSU Club Hockey here on YouTube. On a chilly October night, we welcome you back to the Slater Family Ice Arena for our third period of play. And so here we go. Get us back started for it again. Seth Gobble to be taking the draw for the orange and brown, and then getting it right back and through will be Christopher Kavanaugh. And now taking it through, we will proceed. As Lake State will get one right out of the gate as the shot attempt made. And tried for just by that number 7 of Luke Vega. There in a little bit, a close opportunity from Charlie Sullivan.
Special guest coming.
And so now here you'll have it and getting it back and through. As Updike there a bit on the rush, but now an opportunity ahead, going to be trying for it as well. But now taking it across, and McMullen's able to get that one out of the zone. Updike to get a piece of it and then dump that one through and in. And we're taken back to where we began. So now here we'll go, going to roll it back along and get a piece of it here as now taken into the zone and trying for it again. That one down low, going to be chasing right after it will be Poliski, and then as well will be McMullen. And then gets that one up. Granica to have the puck now. They're going to be trying for it as the shot on net and past Gobble, but not quite. Tried to get a piece of it. Now he'll have it in the corner, taken away though by Nate Corwin. And then in front, but now back on the stick of McMullen. An opportunity, the shot wide up to the right. And the save will be made by Petrovich. So now in front, Gaeta playing defense, and so is Conway right on the number 12 of Kavanaugh. And now taking it back and through. And now chasing after it in front, trying for it. Lake Superior though, wide left. The shot attempted by Avery Tim. And then trying for it is now Gobble on a bit of a breakout, goes cross ice to Mark Rudo. Rudo now with an opportunity, gets knocked, a sandwich hit there. As now Lake Superior taking it the other way. Seth Stock able to get the dump in for Mitchell Norkovicius. And so now we'll try for it again. We got a special guest joining us. Had to leave the game a little bit earlier, but welcome everybody, Ryan Budai.
Thank you very much, Dan. Happy to be on the mic for the first time. Definitely a different perspective here.
Yeah, now we're taking it back and through. Owen Bentley to try to get the clear out and then taking through it again. Avery Tim gets it in front and then trying for it back and then through as Granica's going to try to get that up. It ends up going high to Seth Stock on the defense. But Higgins going to try to battle it out and get it out of the zone. And so back to Higgins and now Hoover for that line, trying for it again. Higgins now takes it from the right to the left and in front past Stock, but that one will go wide to the left. And now trying back through will be Lake Superior to get it out of the zone. So now Seth Stock again will get the pass over to the number 10 to Derek Brown. And then Brown gets it over to Dorian. So then in front, Hoover to lay a hit, has to cough it up, goes to Mark Rudo. As that one will get dumped in, and that will go to Jack Kleinow as it ends up back in the neutral zone and then to the stick of Ted Scholze and gets it to center ice. And then trying for it back again, and then past Norkovicius goes into the corner. And Ted Scholze will be chasing after it as he'll get a bit of a hit there, and so will Kiesel down low chasing after it. Trying to break, Kiesel going to get knocked. But we go the other way. So now McLaughlin has it in the corner, chasing through. Back in front, and then quite a hit. And Ted Scholze will get knocked. So Scholze steps right up, but that corner has been a scary one today.
Yeah, not the best of luck down in that corner today, but luckily Teddy back on his feet, ready to get back into it.
Well, and we'll get the 4th penalty from Lake Superior and going to get up on the board. I have a feeling it's Jordan Troxel, just kind of by the looks of things here, and going to have to get it up on the board. And just waiting along here is now 17:03.
We'll see what the Falcons can do here on the power play. Better start to the period after letting in 5 in the second.
Well, and now here we'll go. It's going to be Robert Poliski with the penalty as we get this one back and through. And then chasing forward is now there's 3 minutes into the period and now taking it back. I mean, 16:50 and counting will remain. As now here we go, Gobble with a bit of a trip up there. Bowling Green on the power play again. Going to need to get a hold of it here and try and through again. And so now taking it back and through, Rudo gets it to Granica. As Granica will now get it to McMullen. An opportunity in front for Higgins, that's the try. But not quite, as that one will fall short and then takes it back. And will have to go the other way. With 16:25 and counting remaining in the period so far. And just needing to proceed along with what is actually needed. And so now in the corner back again, going to try for it. And ends up going to Higgins. Higgins now out to Granica, waiting for something along here. As Aiden gets it over to Higgins. Going to be waiting for it again. Granica gets that one low to McMullen. An opportunity trying in front to Higgins again. Back to the stick of McMullen, the shot. And not quite. Seth Gobble now will have it back to McMullen again. 15:50 remaining in the period so far. As now we will proceed along with this. They're going to be trying for it on net as Gobble, and then not quite. And then taking it back and through again. As Rudo with a bit of a move and then a shot attempt and then a high one. As that one gets away, the block from Andrew Langford.
Pretty efficient job so far on the power play, moving the puck good. Quite a few opportunities, just got to get one through. Good traffic in front of the net, though.
And so 30 seconds remain on the penalty. To get this one back and through again, Hoover going to be taking the draw for the orange and brown. As now we'll take it away from here. Kleinau going to miss that and just barely. And another clear for the Lakers. As that one will get through, Updike going to be the one to chase after it. 20 seconds now remain in the penalty. As Updike now has it behind the net with Scholze. Going to be chasing a little bit longer and then taking it through. Kleinau now with the shot at it. And we'll keep this one going. Now on the far corner back again. Going to be chasing it through and trying for it. So now in the corner, an opportunity. Hoover the wrap. We've seen it too much, but it will not. And then an opportunity as Scholze's forced to get back, and now two are deep. Brown with the puck, gets it in front. And that one stays in, a save to be made by the number 24, Nate Corwin. But the shot was tried and so close from the guy in the box. And so now trying through it again. Hoover has it on his stick. Gets that one out to Kleinau. Kleinau now for Kiesel, the intended target, but quite missed it. And then that one gets back and through. Scholze trying to get across. Over to Hoover again, and then not quite, but now Avery Tim will have the puck and then gets it passed on the far side. And we'll find some more breathing room. So a bit of a break here, going to be chasing through it, and now Filer Johnson gets that one in to Conway as that one's taken in and offside on Bowling Green as they'll be forced to retreat. JT Webb with a pass blocked, forces Gaeta to take that one after into the corner. Gaeta having some pressure on, that's going to be Trzynski, but some more to be up ahead. So now waiting through it on Norkovicius, and play will stop. We got 13:56 remaining so far in quite a day.
That it has been. Right there, I just think cleaner neutral zone passes need to get the job done. I think that led to a couple of the goals in the second. Obviously didn't see them after being hurt, but we did a really good job of that in the first period, I think. And if we can get those pucks deep and do a really good, efficient job of capitalizing on their turnovers, making clean passes, that can really change the tide of the game.
Avery Tim with the shot from the high point, saved by Norkovicius as we proceed back along. Patton take the draw for the Bowling Green Falcons as Norkovicius will get a good save on that and will be able to hold on. So we've been seeing quite a bit of action so far from the past couple weeks out of Mitch. I mean, Norkovicius getting in there. I mean, what are your thoughts on that, Ryan?
Yeah, I think he's been playing great. We've been able to support him pretty well. He's done a great job. And there's no doubts. Every time he's in between the net, we know he's going to save everything that he can.
Well, and Gobble and Granica there behind for it. 13:27 remaining in the period. As this one gets back and through, Bentley to be chasing right down into it now with Vega, and then that one getting moved along into the corner will be Kavanaugh. But now waiting back again, McMullen ends up getting that one high and then trying for it as Vega is able to get that back into the zone. The shot just out high again from Tim. Just right on the circle. Had to pinch in a little bit for that as now McMullen's going from right to left and gets that one in. As Rudo's chasing in, and so is Gobble. Possession by Seth Stock from the Lake Superior Lakers, but goes out to Bentley in the neutral zone. Dumps that one back in on net. So now Tim with the puck behind. Chasing after it is Rudo. Staying in, Bentley's able to keep that one in the zone for a second and then going back the other way. As now here comes Vega, gets through, and then again the shot just goes high and was tried by the assistant captain for Lake Superior in that number 12.
Good job getting back by the Falcons there after the pinch and where Bentley got caught at the point.
Well, and Kavanaugh tried to get a hold of it and was eerily close, but just fell a bit short. As now Bowling Green still down by 2 with a little over 12 minutes so far to play, needing to get roughly a goal every 6 minutes. Lake Superior and Bowling Green both looking for their first, or Bowling Green looking for their first home win of the season. Lake Superior their first road win in their first road game. As that one tipped by Rudo, gets it the other way, the line of him, Hoover, and Higgins out there with Schulze and Conway on defense. But now Rudo with an opportunity to Hoover with the shot, and just gets it wide and high to the right. As Mark Rudo now fighting for it again with Higgins. Trying to get it back in front to Hoover, and an opportunity away. And Hoover, yeah, that's going to be the two heavyweight. The heavyweight battle. It better be a fight night, folks. Jordan Troxel and Ryan Hoover going after it. And you knew it was going to be quite a day. 62 penalty minutes this season with 229 in his career with Lake Superior. Jordan Troxel going after it. It looks like Mark Rudo is going to have to discuss with him on that.
Yeah, we definitely know this is a team that can easily get into it. We've seen, obviously, from their high volume of penalties so far this season, that it's very easy for someone to end up in the box, whether what team it is.
Well, and there you have it. Going to find his dream house will be Anthony Higgins, as he'll now go to the box with 11:52 remaining in the period, so we'll just take it from there and get this one set just around. And then taking it back and through, one by the Lakers, and now trying for it is Seth Stock. Will get that right back into the zone. And then chasing for it after again will be Vega, and then gets that one back to Stock. Stock now back for it again, going through to Langford, as now he'll try to find it up on the defense high again. And trying will be Stock, who's still there on the left defense in front, though, and a one-timer from high out. And the opportunity was narrowly avoided by Langford. So now back into the defensive zone. Stock looking for a pass. Gets that one up through and again to Derek Brown, and then chasing it back through. And so now here you'll have it, 11:10 and counting remain. And getting it back, and again, Conway going to be forcing some pressure, and so is Gobble. And then trying to get a piece of it as well as Kleinow. It looks like it's going to be him versus Seth Stock in terms of who actually is going to get there. But now here they'll have it again. 1:05 remaining in the Higgins penalty. But now here it takes it again. Brown with the shot in front on Norkovicius, and then taken back and away. So now Brown looking for it, goes over to Stock. Then Stock takes it right back and through to Langford. Langford the shot high on the left side, and tried for it. 47 seconds and counting remain in the penalty, but Stock's going to be forced, and now McLaughlin going to be pinching a bit on the forecheck. Gata and Granica on the defense. Then you have Kiesel as the other forward. Going to have to force it on the far side. Breaks it open a little bit for Lake Superior. Dorian has the puck. Chooses to pass it over. Back to Dorian again. Gets it in front. The shot attempted and just missed by Corwin on the far side. And then gets it right back through as Poliski. Poliski now back to Corwin. To Poliski again, as the pass will be forced by McLaughlin into the neutral zone. So 10:03 and counting remaining in the period, as now we have 8 seconds remaining on the Higgins penalty, getting ready to go from here. And so going to be trying for it. Moving all over is the Lakers, and now it'll go back to Poliski, tries to get it in front. Kiesel able to get a stick on it, and Higgins gets it through. And a bit of a hit, but Poliski will find it back up, and then the shot going to be in front. A bit of a screen on Norkovicius, and the attempt by Corwin but now here goes the other way for Higgins. He's got Kiesel with him and looking for the shot and trying to get it in. And yeah, that's not going to end well. Looks like it was a late jab on Sean Petrovich, whether intentional or not. And emotions are starting to get the best of these guys.
Yeah, Higgins came out of the box flying there. Obviously the good hit in the corner. Got up, got a stick on the puck. Turned it into a good 2-on-1 rush. Just couldn't capitalize on it.
Well, I was curious if they were going to give Higgins a one low in the corner when you're talking about it, and for a bit of a cross-check if that was numbers or not, but Higgins really fired up, just shot to the right, ended up in the glove, and wasn't going down without swinging.
That he wasn't.
So now 9:25 and counting remaining in the period, and we'll get right back to it for again. And so now 9:17 and counting, waiting through. They're going to be trying for it along. Conway able to get that one into the zone. They're going to be chasing after it. So now they'll have it right into the corner, goes out to Amos, and then back to Conway again. Bentley, though, miscommunication, as now it takes it the other direction. 9 minutes elapsed, and now going through, and there's the one in front. The net is off. Looks like Norkovicius just got a piece of it there.
Yeah, that miscommunication, the tie-up between our 2D on the point there, that's a crucial mistake that leads to a rush like that. Happened multiple times in the second.
Especially in a point there, you can only have one pinch, and Conway and Bentley didn't know who that one would be. Looks like Tanner Amos will pick it right back up and then gets it through. JT Webb going to try to beat the icing using all his speed and the gas, and an icing called as JT used all his energy. Just fueled on lasagna and garlic bread, and just not quite. It'll be an icing the other way against the Falcons with 8:45 to go. But now Patton to take the draw here, and looks like he'll be going against the number 15 of Andrew Langford. And that one will go in the corner. Liam Conway now with an opportunity. Has it a hold, and then gets it right back and through. So Lake Superior, the intended target for Williamson. Not quite able to go to fruition, but it's now in the far corner and waiting back again. So now an opportunity. Arise tries to get that one out. Pass intercepted, though, by Amos. Originally attempted from Trzynski, but now Amos to Patton tries to get that one in. And we will clear it the other way. So now a line change for the Falcons as Updike, Gobble, and Gata will get out there. As now Updike will have it now, and then back to Gobble again. The cross-ice pass going to be complete for Vega, who will now have possession of it. Passing through. Gata going to force him out. And then Ted Scholze will pick up the shot, as now a bit of a back check there on Vega. Pass lost, though, and taken back from Sullivan. As now there's a bit of a fight for it, and going to be taking it along. We're just going to be waiting for it a little bit, and we'll have our first whistle there for a minute. 7:44 remaining.
All it takes is one here for the Falcons. It's been a really back and forth period. Lots of chances going both ways. We just have to establish the forecheck, get some offensive zone pressure.
Well, and we'll take it back and through. Gobble to get that one in front to Updike, trying to get a bit of a tip on it. As now Seth behind, gets it to McMullen. Loose puck gets out. Now Carter Gata going to get that one right back. As now moving it along. 7:25 and counting remain. Waiting for somewhere to go. Updike gets that across. McMullen, the shot blocked. Tried for it and may have just waited a tad too long, as that will end up getting deflected by Braden Anderson.
Yeah, those are chances we definitely don't want to miss. But it brings good momentum for us. Another offensive zone face-off coming up.
Well, and the Falcons going to get a much-needed line change from their fourth line to their first. Going to be Mark Rudo, Ryan Hoover, and Anthony Higgins, with Aiden Granica and Owen Bentley on defense. So now we take it right back and going through the neutral zone into the defense. Going to be Aiden Granica now with the puck. Looking for options, goes D to D. Bentley now with it, back to Granica again. Forcing the puck deep to Higgins. And then Rudo, the intended target, way out of position for where it wanted to go. And then the pass by Bentley just right in front, and an offside call. Looks like there it was Kavanaugh and Vega both right out of line. And so one by Bowling Green. From Bentley to Granica now will go and take it through. Hoover able to get a tip on that. No icing indeed. And a rush there on the forecheck by Rudo in the corner and then gets it right out. Lake Superior now on the break. Bentley there looking for the hit and just narrowly avoid the offside call. And Hoover to try to lay a bit of a hit there in front and then trying for it and just has to get it out. So now on the stick of Hoover, looking for somewhere to go. He'll find Rudo. On the right now, Rudo gets that one through between the legs of Poliski as that one gets on net and then trying for it as now Hoover will have possession of it, tries to get that one in and Rudo's offside and will be taken back.
Starting to see a little bit more extracurriculars going on here. Got to keep the emotions in check and capitalize on every chance we can find.
Well, and we'll see what else can happen. I mean, Lake Superior taking the long travel from the Upper Peninsula to get here as Kleinow will intercept the puck. The shot wide to the left. Could be picked up by Ronan, though, and then past the stick of Kiesel. Conway looking to keep it in the zone, just gets it out in front and off the skate of Brown and then offside. And that would have been a beautiful play between Langford and Brown. Off the skate, but Brown will go offside.
Yeah, it's another example of us getting caught at the point. Conway was deep in on the wall, and they just moved it too quick before he could get back in position.
Well, 5:54 remaining in the game. Time is winding thin for Bowling Green to keep the win streak alive, but now Conway will have the puck. Looking for somewhere else he can have it. As now Kleinow will chase right after and keep it going. Lake Superior looking to go 4-3 in the all-time series and get their second win at the Slater Family Ice Arena. As Kiesel will go up there and try and for it, and then in front will be Stock, and then in front trying again. Looks like that one got tipped just a bit and then goes out, and Stock's going to take it at the neutral zone and then trying for it and then going back and through. And then there you'll have it again, but the pass in front intercepted by Kleinow through the feet of Gaeta and then in front and then trying again. Gaeta a bit high there for the defense, but he'll get right back. Kiesel chasing after on the forecheck now. McLaughlin with Stock as that one will get dumped in and taking it the other way. As Gaeta and Conway behind the net and trying for it. McLaughlin has possession of it and gets the pass over and waits through. And so that'll be by Liam Conway and then takes it through into the corner and chasing right after it. Avery Tim now to have the puck. Possession on and keeps it going. Amos to be able to recover it and then gets it right past him though, and now going to Ted Schulze, who has an opportunity with 4:30 remaining in the period. So that one's past Amos and trying for it. Looking through in the corner. Technical offside here gives Bowling Green a huge opportunity as now they'll take it on the far side. Schulze trying to get that dump in, and he will. Forces it to go, and now a breakout again for Lake Superior as that one gets through and then not quite. Granica is able to pick up the loose pass that was intended for Donnelly. And so now taking it down, Leap in the zone, but trying for it again as Bowling Green goes right back on the stick of Patton. Looking for where he can go. Patton goes from the left over to the right and then trying for it as now Amos has it and gets it to Filer Johnson. Will get rid of it and then goes right back to the corner, and then Schulze will have it again. Loses the puck though on the pass, then has to throw it away from the pressure from Trzynski. So now we'll wait through it again. Corwin to have the puck on defense. And a fight for it at the line. Still able to kept in the offensive zone for Lake Superior. That one forces it into the neutral. 3:16 and counting remaining in the period. And so this one takes it right back and through. McMullen on a bit of a rush, and so is Updike with Gobble, but taking it now on the right side. Lake Superior with an opportunity. Gets that one up. Stock now has it on his stick. The shot in front, and that's a tip and an unfortunate one as Bentley's not too happy with some extracurriculars going on. And a 6-3 lead for Lake Superior. Looks like it was a bit of a screen there.
Yeah, that's a difficult one to see going. Looks like it went through 2 or 3 guys through the slot. Just being Mitch in the 5-hole. Nothing he can really do about it.
Been a struggle for Bowling Green this year with shots from the point and the screen, but we're back at it again now. 253 and counting as that one down. And Schulze gets knocked again. Trying to act tough, and McMullen there getting a knock at it. Guard out, looks like that will be a penalty for the Lakers. And so that one will go. Seth Stock for a second penalty of the day has now doubled his season total in penalty minutes. Now he'll have 8. And so Stock gonna have that, and we will proceed along accordingly.
Emotion's definitely flowing here. It's very frustrating to be taking hits like that after they
Absolutely
put one in.
It's
not under our control.
His 111th penalty minute of his career with Lake Superior. Goes back for Granica and then in front and then trying for it. And then the clear will be made by the number 12 of Kavanaugh. And then on net of Norcovicius, and then in front, Rudo now has it. 2:32 and counting remaining. And so we will get going along with that. Is down that one in front and an opportunity away. And there it goes. Vega just loses possession of it and forces Lake Superior to go out and wide. And then just right on Norcovicius, going to be forced to drop back to Rudo now with 2:14 and counting to go. And we'll wait for it here. Now back to McMullen. McMullen now to Higgins. Looking for a shot on net as he'll stop there. Goes right back up high to Rudo. Getting in front, looks like it's Rudo and Schulze on defense. So we have now less than 2 minutes to go. Schulze down low, chasing after it with Higgins. And taking a battle for it as Rudo's able to dump that one in. 48 now. As Schulze's kind of getting into it in the corner, and the shot just tried for it. Hoover was trying to get a tip there. It just fell a bit short, and so here we'll go, 1:38 and counting. 48 seconds remain in the Seth Stock penalty. Has now a bit of a rush. Removed by Schulze, taken right back into the corner. Hoover now has the puck dead center. Going to be chasing right after it. Keeps it in the zone though, and it tries to deke for it again in another, and is able to stall and updike the shot, blocked by Poliski. As that one will go high and out. Granica forced into the neutral zone, not able to get there in time. Brown to get the pass over, as Granica is going to try to stall him from going in front. And now Kiesel will have an opportunity going away. 1 minute remaining in the game as Kiesel gets that one to Hoover. And then try to get it through. Now back to Hoover again, going to be trying for it. And Kleinow looking for a second. Hoover in front as well, and not quite. The penalty will expire, and we are back at full strength. As now Hoover going into the corner, fighting for it back again, and that one in front just through Kiesel. Looks like Hoover loses his stick as well, and then goes right back to Granica. 35 seconds and counting remain, as now this one goes back to Granica, then back through again. And waiting for it, now Kleinow has it on his stick, going to be trying for it. Going right back to Hoover, he's got daylight, looking for the shot, it's blocked though, and then trying for it. The number 13 just getting in the way of Braden Anderson, as they're still fighting for it in front. 15 seconds remain in the game. Hoover's down, and he's not happy either. And another knock on Hoover, but behind, and then the shot just high. And Hoover will get up, and that'll be 3, 2, and 1, folks. And we will conclude Lake Superior for the win. 2-1 now at the Slater Family Ice Arena, 4-3. It's been 763 days since Bowling Green has defeated Lake Superior, and that will have to continue. As now Bowling Green gonna lose an unfortunate one here in a turn of events, as Lake Superior now gonna get 1-0 on the road. Bowling Green will be 0-5 at home, 2-4 on the road. And so now Lake Superior will have a .44 win percentage, Bowling Green a .81. But that'll be all the time we got as discussions go, and no handshake, but you know what, I'm gonna handshake Budai here in the booth. Thanks for joining us. Bowden Stoller was on camera for the entire game, so Oh, well, he says he did terrible. I think he did great. But anyways, that's going to be all the time we have for Friday night. Stay safe. God bless. And thank you all.